Hello everyone, today I have got some time here in Budapest and I don't know if you can see it, but I am at the Nyugati train station. If you have been to Budapest, then you know what it is, or if you're Hungarian, then you know why I am here. So as we are entering, here is an old police station. As you can see, the Hungarian flag, the coat of arms, the European flag, and look at this old, so you can see that it is quite of an old train station. With this old, like styled police. And I know that it looks like a really old train. They are, but they are still in use today. One of the problems with these trains that they don't have air conditioning, and they are actually going outside of the country. It has been renovated not long ago, so you can see that it is much modern one, but still it has this old station feeling. So even though the trains are old, the station is quite of old one, still digital boards, which as you can see it goes to Prague, Debrecen, Cegléd, Vác, Miskolc, really long, to really like almost everywhere in Hungary, as well as outside of Hungary. And each, it has 13 platforms. The other ones are outside. And also these buildings, like old one. In front of us, really far away, there is the newest double-decker train, which is like almost every country has one. And the kids train, which is like a small narrow gauge train that goes inside of the forest. And as you can see, children were actually in charge of this one, which was a really long time ago, in the 70s, 1970s, 18s, so really long ago. These are one of the newer coaches, which now has at least air conditioning. There is other digital board. So as you can see, not every coach has air conditioning, but this one has. There is, as you can see, that sign there, that frost sign, which shows that it has an AC. The second one, so what you can see next to the doors, the two is that it is the second class or first class. No smoking, it has Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and it has CCTV in operation. This goes to Miskolc, which is the eastern part of Hungary, next to the Romanian border. If you're traveling with bicycles, then you have to choose this. Then you will get the ticket in this section. And we are actually getting closer to double-decker train, which is one of the newest trains that we have from Stadler. It's called the Stadler Flirt or Kiss. Kiss. The Flirt is the the normal. So they have So this has actually like a restroom or restaurant coach, and the double-decker, which is only goes to certain directions, not every direction, which is a bit sad because they are a bit more like they have air conditioning and comfortable comfortable seats. So but I have been lucky to actually ride one of these, not this year but 3 years ago. Yeah, they were really comfortable. So as we have came outside to see the double-decker train, we have actually reached the end of the train station, and as you can see, it has full of glass. There is like little like place where you can actually buy your tickets. Yeah, so full glass, and it still has this old feeling. So if you don't have the application, or you can't access the website, you can actually buy tickets from here. So we have arrived to the McDonald's, or as we Australian call it, Macca's, which is here at the Nyugati Train Station. And this is one of the most beautiful McDonald's. Yeah. As you can see, it still has these old doors, but it is now well renovated, sadly. But still, it has some of old style. Yeah, but before renovation, I think they had like old train pictures. So yeah, but still not bad. Hello everyone, it is currently 9 p.m. and I don't know if you can see it behind me, it is a church. I will tell a bit more about it later. But after coming a lot of stairs, I have came to the Fisherman's Basilica as well as the Matthias Church. The Matthias Church is actually so in the background you can see the Matthias Church, which I will be showing you shortly, so you can see a bit more about Budapest during night with this beautiful lights on. So this place is actually, I haven't said what is the district of it. It's the Castle district, which is a bit higher than the Danube. This is the Matthias Church. Yeah, and this is the, like I would say, the main square with you can see these houses. They are actually like normal like people who actually live here, which is really cool. So also this street, yeah, in Australia you wouldn't find this kind of street. Like I don't know, like it has different culture. Yeah, mostly like, yeah, because the European influence didn't really affected Australia much. More the British influence. Yeah, this is the Fisherman's Basque. Yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, like this kind of building style is really interesting because you wouldn't find any of them in Australia. Yeah, we have actually a map about the gastronomic quarter, so a lot of restaurants here, because it is actually a very well known tourist place, like hotel. So this is actually a hotel. which I can assume that it is expensive, like to have these kind of like old style buildings. And Hilton is actually like a really good company, which actually little bit of expensive. So this is one of the most affordable hotels. You can find some original buildings here. So it is like, if you're coming here, you can actually see the difference between the modern and the old one. There is like similar place in Sydney, if you're remembering to my vivid video. I think I have recorded it. Yeah, so these houses are actually like, you can actually live here if you can afford it. Yeah, and if your building is really important, then a Hungarian flag is always there. Most of the times the European flag as well, but the Hungarian flag is always there. This is like a jewelry store. It has also like antique stuff. Sky Bar Lounge, as well as the hotel. Yeah, and look at all of these like old style roads, and really quiet. So yeah, and the weather is also perfect for a little walk. Yeah, like so you can see some of these houses. So people are living here, so as you can see, a TV is there. So this was actually like a supermarket that hedgehog sign says. So you can see the Hungarian flags, and also this yellowish yeah, so this is, as I mentioned you in August 20th, some places which is really important in the history. This says that 1795, it was built around the 1795, which was so this building was built around the 1795, and it has been renovated, but still use the old bricks. So yes, I think the door and this part is old one. Like you can see the difference between the old and the new section. Yeah. So here a lot of like similar. So these signs have, like in these areas, has some like similar meanings to showcase you that like these buildings have been renovated, but still. So this is the building of the musical school. Yeah, so this is what I really like about Hungary, that old and the new style can remain the same. So it can be renovated, yes, because they have to, because they get older. So as you can see there, like you can see the old style which has been which has been taken out, but you can see that it had been renovated, but the old, like they were, and you can see the open windows. So this shows that they are really, like they live here. The interior is also bit old and the modern. So yeah, so in Australia, these old buildings are not very well known. So Kossuth Lajos, or in English Lajos Kossuth. So a little bit of the history. So 1847, the first Hungarian Revolution, where Mihály Tancsics, or in Hungarian Tancsics Mihály, was, so this was actually a prison, and Tancsics Mihály as well as Kossuth Lajos was actually prisoned here. From 1847 until 1860, so yeah, so more than, so around 13 years. Yeah, so this was a prison, and now I think they are normal, like apartments, or how will I say. So yeah, so as well as Tancsics Mihály and Kossuth Lajos was also present here. Yeah, for the same years. So both of them were here for 13 years. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I get it that it is written in Hungarian because you are in Hungary. You have to like showcase, like we have to showcase our country, our language, but still some English words or under that translation. Yeah, but see, yeah, so these, yeah, this was like a poetist. Yeah, so this area has a little bit of an old and modern style feeling. Yeah, but still, like if it is renovated, then see it has the old style, which is a very good idea because why not? Yeah. Yeah, so here, yeah, I don't really want to go into the grammar part, but here TS as well as CS is actually the same word. It just, yeah, I know why, but most of the time we say this CS as ch is of TS. Yeah, I think back then, like I don't know how many years ago, but I think TS was used as the ch sound instead of CS. So yeah, so here again you can see the old and the new renovated part. Yeah. Yeah, I know in Australia where I would actually find any of these parts because these kind of buildings were never actually been in Australia, because except for Canberra, but all the other cities they have this Western style buildings, which is most likely used in the US as well. Yeah. There are two churches and they are actually blended in. So yeah, because in Australia you can find churches, like Christian churches, but it is so different, like it is really not blended in, like between in between of the Western style buildings you can find these Basque style churches, as well as in Kuala Lumpur, if you remember that video where we have been to a Christian church. Yeah, that modern, I mean, yeah, because Kuala Lumpur is more likely like the skyscrapers. Yeah, in that place, it really don't blend in, but here it is actually blending. Like you can see, like yeah, yes, it is. So it blends in very well, and yeah, this is all part of all part of Europe. So not just Hungary, over Europe. And as you can see, August 20th has ended, and the Hungarian flags are now not on the buses and light rails. If you're curious about how this Buda Castle district looks like, it is like this. So we are at number maybe 16, or because the 15, 14 is the Matthias Church, as well as the Fisherman's Bastique. I think we are at number 16, which is Mary Magdalene Tower. I think so. As you can see, lifts are also available. Buda Castle is number 3. We are actually heading towards it. And look at this building. You can see the old and the renovated part again. And that building as well. Yeah, I am pretty sure that they are actually living there as well. You can actually, can you actually like imagine that you live in one of these houses and see this every day? That is the Matthias Church in front of us. So we have arrived to the Buda Castle. This is like a hunter scene with a fountain. You can see like a deer on top, and then dogs. So this is Buda Castle. So as you can see, it has this old style building, and there is even like a tunnel for people which the lamps are quite old, or they want to imitate the old one or the old style. So this is what I really like about Europe, that so each city has an old district. Because Australia, not really. Because they are pretty modern one, or so because most of the European cities were built in the 1000s or even before Christ. So so this is actually like a water spray or mist spray, because of the hot, the 30 degrees. And the look at the view from the Buda Castle to the city center, the chain bridge, and the Parliament House, which is not seen because of the tree, and the Buda Castle. Really cool building. I really like to be here and visit my own country, my own city. And I can also, I wouldn't say advertise because I'm not really famous yet, but see, I can show my viewers what you can do with it. In front of us, Citadel. Yeah. Yeah, really cool. So, what you saw earlier was the Pest side. Now we are at Buda side. As you can see, it is more hilly. Yeah. And it is the richer places. So the houses are more expensive than the Pest side. So hello everyone. We have came to a little hike. Yeah, the stairs are a bit yeah, really big steps. Not like in Australia. But you can see Buda side, bit of Pest. Yeah, really good. The view, at least. Yeah. Yeah, in Australia we actually hike a lot of times, but because it is winter there, yeah, we cannot really hike now. And also we are not in Australia now, so yeah. It's a bit out of shape from the hiking, but the view is really beautiful. Yeah, so we have arrived to another location. This you can actually see a bit because the city center in the direction is like the bit of outskirt, and that is in the not the closer one, the like that further one is other city. So last house of Budapest is actually in front of us, and you can see that it is a bit more of the richer area. So hiking a bit up, we found a World War I or World War II bunker. Like we don't know what it was used. Like it was like there was like an old castle, which is now a new apartment or new house that people live, and maybe it was defended. Yeah, with this beautiful view.